Gary Poole is managing the store alone.
Are you finding everything okay?
Yes, sir.
And then all of a sudden, someone started shooting.
And about a minute after he was gone, a third person comes in. She was looking for the first guy.
Wait, she said he was hit with a rock, not a bullet?
No, it was definitely a rock. Your friend looks bad.
He'll be okay.
Oh, he needs to go to the hospital. He wasn't moving at all.
Can you show us where this gray car was?
Yeah, absolutely. It's this way. Yeah, it was over here, right here. Oh, come on. You've got to be kidding me. They knocked out both of my windows. I hate this neighborhood.
Tony also stepped in when Cody ran into some trouble with his family.
He got kicked out of his house. He was no longer welcome in his family's house.
We decide to let Cody's dad come in, and we leave the room and let them two talk. Cody's dad says, "You did something heinous. You need to tell them what happened."
With investigators recording the conversation, Cody Patton once again changes his story. Tony approaches her fiancé's father and explains that she has new information about the murder. Instead of going to the police, Cody's father shares Tony's surprise news with his son's defense team.
Jeff Brown was the pastor there at Sardis Church, and Jeff was the one that baptized Michael.
And a woman that is the music director at a church is having an affair with the pastor of the church. It's an element of evil.
Could a preacher and his music director really have committed murder?
It was a rift through the town.
You know, the devil used to go to church. I mean, they got to keep up the facade. The pastor's got to be held to a higher standard, I think.
Like everyone else, I thought my client was guilty because of the confession. So when I walked into the case, I expected it to be a guilty plea to spare my client's life from the death penalty and prepare him to testify against the other two.
But as Dan Stidham digs into the case, his perception shifts.
Within weeks after his confession, Jesse Miskelly tells his court-appointed attorney that he didn't do it, that the entire confession was a lie.
After really delving into the facts of this case, Dan Stidham's entire mindset completely turns around.
It was obviously a false confession. This was a case of injustice.
A recent divorcee gets a second chance at love.
He showed me a side of how to love somebody, and I deserve the best in life. That's how he treated me.
But her hope for a new beginning is shattered by a horrific crime.
She started screaming, he's here, call 911.
They quickly find two bodies.
What follows is a terrifying tale of abduction and revenge.
It's just an ultimate act of, if I can't have you, then nobody will.
This new DNA evidence supports a theory Zachary detective David McDavid has been developing for years. Then Detective McDavid examines the file of an old assault case in Zachary.
One day, David McDavid called me in and said, "I need you to come in and just look through the lineup." And I said, "That's him right there."
They were allowed to come in.
And we started searching the house. As I was searching the closet, my hair on the back of my head stood up. As I turned, here he was behind me. So I kind of just motioned back for him to step away, back up.